to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is the place to be education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you and yours. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please hit the great big subscribe button down below right now, and don't forget to hit that bell icon too so you get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And don't forget to go along and give this video a thumbs up as it happens if you like this video, if you like the content I'm sharing. So I like to share my own asexual life journey in order to help you and yours, as you know. And if you followed my video last night, you will know that there was this foreign friend, I say very loosely, as it's a guy that's liked to be more than a friend for about, well, since 2015. Valentine's Day 2015, I think, is when we first started messaging. But actually, he said he thinks it's 2004. It was 2014, so that's longer, isn't it? That'd be 5 years this year. Basically, 5 years this year, next month. So yeah, so he told me, which he's never told me before, that that basically you know, that he thinks he thinks he's my soulmate and that he'd like to be with me, but he's trying to get in this country and couldn't. But then if you watched the episode yesterday, you will understand that there are some things quite wrong with the situation with him. In the fact, he will literally not speak to me for weeks and randomly start talking to me again. So, like, he came on the message last night, a voice message saying, "Oh, I miss you, princess." You know, and he hasn't spoke to me for weeks. I think it was me who actually said to him, "Happy New Year" or "Happy Christmas." Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, if he really cared about me, like he said he does, he would be, yeah. Oh, he messaged me on the 2nd, but yeah. I said have a great Christmas. Oh, he asked me how I was on the 26th of December. So he spoke to me on the 18th of December. I didn't get any happy Christmas. I had to message him that. Don't forget, this is supposed to be a guy who really thinks I'm his soulmate. And then he asked me how I was, because I said happy Christmas to him. Then he said, "I'm on holiday, the winter holidays, but I still have some work. How's your health going?" So he's just talking to me like a friend again in this. And then I was the one who said Happy New Year to him. Now, I'm not being funny, but someone who really likes you, and he goes, "Oh, you know, last time he said, 'Hello, princess, I'm really missing you.'" If a person really misses you that much, they don't spend weeks not talking to you, and they don't forget to wish you Happy Christmas or Happy New Year, do they? Do you know what I mean? They just don't do that. So, you know, it's just like, wow. And then he came on, you know, he hasn't spoke to me, and then he's asking me how I was on the 2nd of January. And then 4th of January, like one of my stories on Facebook. And then after that, he was like pretty much from the 4th of January till yesterday, what's the 23rd of January? So that's like 19 days. He hasn't spoke to me. Do you see what I mean? Which is the best part of, you know, over 2 weeks, isn't it? So getting on for nearly 3 weeks. So do you know what I mean? You know, he's put, "Thank you, princess. I really wish we were together." And it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like there's no consistency with him. It doesn't, his actions don't match his words. But not only that, his words pretty much say everything as the conversation went on. So I don't know if you remember, then yesterday I said that what did I say? I said that basically he said about, I told you I've never seen him on camera before, right? In 5 years. Bear in mind, this is a guy who's supposed to really like me, right? In 5 years, I've never seen him on camera. He video chatted with me once. He saw my face, but I didn't see his. I only heard his voice. And that was in like cyber cafe years ago. So I said to him, you know, I was remembering when we first met and stuff, and I said, you know, but I haven't ever seen you on camera. And I said, oh, I remember I was going to talk with you on camera because at one time we'd arranged it, but by then you kept changing your mind instead of sticking to a time, so I left mention it again, right? Because, you know, what happened is he said, oh, we had a conversation before, Sandra, we can talk, but we both don't agree on the time. And that wasn't actually correct. I made a time with him and he changed his mind, which again is not a type of guy you really want, or female or anyone, is it? An unreliable person who changed their mind. It's a bit flaky, isn't it? It's really not great. And so this is what he said, which did actually shock me. I had no camera and I could not speak in front of the people at the cafe. It's embarrassing. No worries anyway. I mean, if a person really cares about you, why would they be embarrassed to speak to you in a cafe with people there? Especially when he actually did that time speak to me before. You know, there was one time before he spoke to me and he said he was in a cyber cafe. You know, but just I didn't see him. He had his camera off, or he said he didn't have a camera because he said I had no camera. So, but he did go to a cyber cafe before, I think. But anyway, the point is, he shouldn't be embarrassed to speak to me if he really cares about me and likes me and is, you know, really thinks I'm his soulmate. He shouldn't be embarrassed. Do you know what I mean? It's not nice. So I put, yeah, see, this is how we differ. My soulmate would not care about what other people thought of him. He would go out of his way to do whatever it takes to talk to me and be with me. And then the guy's deflecting, and I should sleep now. I have to get up to work, get up early tomorrow. I have to work. Look, and then I told him, I have an Indian friend who has always wanted to be in a relationship with me. And on New Year's morning, he messaged me and asked me to ring him when I was free. I rang him and he spoke to me for an hour with his friends in the same room and introduced me to them all. And he spoke to my parents on camera per his request. This is the type of guy I like. Someone who is not afraid to talk to me in front of anyone and everyone, and who puts me first. I also love public displays of affection and someone not to care what others think. My soulmate would not care. He would know life is too short. Oh, you should put way too short. And I am more important and want my happiness to naturally speak to me at each and every opportunity. And this is what makes me doubt you are my soulmate, because at the moment you are not this type of person. I have 4 asexual guys in my life who keep in contact with me. One messages me almost every day as a close friend. I want a bestest friend like this to be my life partner. It is what I deserve. I am out to the world about being asexual and would want a guy to support me in this too, which I know you have done on Facebook before. I put good night and sleep well and ended it there. And then I was speaking to my friend in America, well, Canada actually, and he's the one that messages me nearly every day. We talk on ASAP. And he was saying that this guy is no good for me, that if he was my soulmate. So this is what my friend put. And I'm so glad my friend woke me up to this. That's what I mean about having really good asexual friends now. Really guys who are like role models, you know, decent guys who really care about me and who tell it like it is, you know, because in the past I have a tendency for going with guys that are no good, you know. So, you know, I just didn't think, you know, it was quite, I didn't think it was nice that he said that about, you know, about the fact. So I put that I told him, my friend, and my friend said in Canada, asexual friend said, I think if someone is truly into you, they will find a way. Seeing each other face to face, which, you know, when you're on long distance, he's just messaged me again, so my messages have flicked. I'm just looking at my messages. So I just think it's really nice. I've got this friend in Canada who's really kind. So obviously, he put that, you know, he thinks that basically, a true soulmate would behave like that. You know, they'd want to talk to you out the camera. He said that he's shy, but he even had a Russian friend that he went to a cafe for once a week, and he's a shy guy. Do you know what I mean? But he still did that just for a friend that he cared about. So, you know, I was really pleased that he's there, and he was like, you know, and when he said his, you know, I was upset that he said his camera didn't work, and my friend's like, you totally deserve much better than that. If you truly want to see a person, he'll find a time that works. I would Skype with headphones on when I was in the coffee shop, especially if someone is a soulmate. There's a strong connection, so we desire a stronger connection, and that only comes through consistently seeing a person regularly. When distance is an issue, seeing each other is sort of all you have for a deeper connection, which I agree with him, you know. This is like a really good friend, asexual friend in Canada. But a soulmate connection goes two ways. You'll feel that connection, but he'll want to stay in touch with you and see you. He will wonder how your day is and let you know you're on his mind. So, you know, I think that's really nice, because that's what I think. But when I think and I kind of know that's the case, I kind of doubt myself sometimes. I don't know if you've ever done that, and you know, you think you know something and then you just put doubts in your head, like you know that's the way people should behave and act, but you kind of like, I don't know, you kind of like feel a little bit sorry for the other person in some way. I don't know, you kind of like want to empathise or sympathise with them, even though they're being not a very nice person. So, do you know what I mean? I mean, the only good thing is my friend now in Canada, I'm going to be Skyping him next month, which we hadn't talked about Skyping before. He's like, oh, because I said, well, I have thought about Skyping you. You know, we're just friends. He would never come over to the UK, so we can only ever be friends. But I get on so well with him. You know, I'm more bonded to him than I am this other guy from I've known 5 years. Because the guy, like I said, he doesn't talk to me for like weeks at a time. So how can you be bonded to someone like that? So anyway, I messaged him. The guy that I spoke about yesterday, that I've known for 5 years, who said we're soulmates, which is a load of rubbish. And I put, I thought about everything you said. If you really cared about me, then you would not be embarrassed to speak to me in a cafe in front of people. You would go out of your way to ensure you video chatted with me, come rain or shine, no matter what. And if I mean so much to you, then you would be messaging me, Skyping me, and truly wanting me in your life daily, like a best friend and soulmate. You're not this type of guy, not with me. I have friends who I am more closely bonded to than you, and I deserve the best guy for me who will adore me in terms of a relationship. So you clearly are not that guy. I hope you find a foreign girl who you do feel this over and take action with. In 5 years, I have never seen you on camera. That says a lot. Actions speak louder than words. I have Indian guys who stay up until 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning to speak with me gladly. That will never happen with you voluntarily. I do not want to have to fight for a guy's attention or have him blame me that I am not available when really you're embarrassed to talk to me in front of people, which is not nice. I don't need a guy like this for a relationship. I need a strong... Oh God, I've clicked scene by accident. I think he's seen my scene. Give myself a thumbs up by accident, I think. Or has he done that? I don't know. He might have done that. Anyway, I think I just did that. But I do not want to have to fight for a guy's attention or have him blame me that I am not available when really you're embarrassed to talk to me in front of people, which is not nice. I don't need a guy like this for a relationship. I need a strong guy who does not make excuses, who knows for definite I am who he wants to be with for the rest of his life, and who wants the whole world to know it, because I am worth that much to him and myself. And so this is what he wrote back, right? this is what I don't like when a guy does this, because it means they're a bit manipulative, you know? Like, I'm the one who's misunderstood him and I'm the one that's wrong, you know? But what he says is even worse, right? He's put, it seems that you haven't understood what I was meaning. Not embarrassed about, you took too personally. It's about speaking English in front of people. We have our social order. I don't want to speak English while the others would stare at me. I mean, this is just a load of real rubbish. I'm not to show off. I don't like it when people stare at me. Here they don't mind their business. Sorry you got it that way. Every time I speak to you, it ends that way. Let's not talk about this again. Hope you'll have a nice day. Notice how he's turned it around on me, which is a form of manipulation. This is my reply. Talking to a friend, or in my case, it's supposed to be more you feel for me, is not showing off. You are an English teacher. This is what's made me fuming. He's an English teacher. He talks English all the time. He's got like a BBC accent from the UK. I've even helped him with his teaching before. I've even recorded his students' names, and he played them for them in class. He teaches English all the time. He talks about it all the time. It's just a load of bollocks, excuse my language. And excuse the sexual word there. It's just rubbish. So, you're an English teacher, so don't tell me you don't want to speak English in front of people. Even a friend would do that. It's all excuses, and that is the type of guy who is definitely not worthy of me and my love. I need a strong guy who's proud to speak to me in public. Not a guy like this. Even a best friend would not treat me this way. I won't waste my time and energy on a guy who speaks to me like a boy in this way. I thought you were mature, but I got that wrong. You care more about what others think than me. So no, you are definitely not my soulmate, and we are not meant to be together in a relationship ever. So find another British woman who you can say you care about, but do not want to talk to in front of others. It's ludicrous. I have never heard of something so ridiculous in my life, especially coming from an English teacher. In fact, what type of friend are you to behave this way towards me? Not a good one. That's for sure. It's more like an acquaintance, and I doubt even one of those would say such things. I am truly shocked by your behaviour, but you always warned me about foreign guys, so I guess that includes you too. Not impressed. Because he's always trying to put me off for other guys, all the time. He always comes on and goes, oh, Sam, how's things going? And if I say guy, he goes, oh, you don't want to be with him. Oh, I know what foreign guys are like. Oh, they're like this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. He's always having a go at other foreign guys, especially because I like Indian guys, you know. He's always having a go at them. And it's like, well, you can have a go all you like, but you're no better than them, are you? You're just like... So he was being sarcastic back to that. So he gave me a sarcastic reply, which was, thanks for being very understanding and respectful, Sandra. He turns the table on you. Yes, Heather, exactly. Thanks for being very understanding and respectful, Sandra. That was very polite of you. Again, I hope you're okay. And, you know, he wanted me to retort to that and say stuff back. But all I did was simply say, I'm glad you appreciate my understanding of you. And he put me a thumbs up because I thought I'd just say it back to him. It's like, yeah, I understand you very, very well, mate. He's just being manipulative. I don't even know I should have him as a friend anymore. I mean, I've been friends with this guy online for 5 years. You know, I thought he cared about me, but I don't know if he's just a manipulator. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, he's always tried to put me off other foreign guys. And it seems like he's just nearly as bad as they are. Just looking for... I think he thought with me, he got a ready-made girlfriend because, you know, I've got feelings for him. So that he's probably always known that. He knows I've got a soft spot for him. So I think he's playing on that. And I spoke to my friend. And my friend says, yeah, I think he's doing that as well. So, you know, so luckily I've got this friend in Canada, this asexual friend. This other guy isn't even asexual, you know. He's in asexual groups though, which is weird. But I told him, my friend, what he said. He puts that said that's horrible that he's chosen to be sarcastic, especially when he's not the one who is respecting you as a person. And he's put, yes, I think he's definitely using that to his advantage, the fact that I have feelings for him.
But, you know, it's really nice what my friend says. He put, unfortunately, I think guys like this like the attention or have an agenda. Either way, you deserve to be treated better. Your true soulmate will be attentive to you and sensitive to your needs. And that's my friend from Canada. So, yeah, you know, it's like, I'm really like, you know, it's really nice I've got a really good asexual friend like that. But it's just a damn shame that, you know, that another foreign guy's like, it's like, why are they all like that to me? It's just like, you know, it does put me off foreign guys somewhat, I have to say. But the guy from Canada, who's really nice, he's foreign as well. So, he's got coloured skin. So, not all foreign guys are horrible. Just some of them are jerks by the sound of it. I know, but you get British guys that are jerks as well, you know, not just foreign guys. I've been with a British guy jerks as well, you know. So, I do know that. But it's just like, you know, it's kind of hard when, as an asexual, I'm not aesthetically attracted to British guys. Do you know what I mean? It makes my life really difficult. But, you know, he praised on, obviously, that I had feelings for him. I don't even know if I should still be friends with him. I've been friends with him for 5 years now online. It's just like, you know, but he's really weird. He talks to me like in a teacher mannerism quite a lot. And then only when he kind of like wants something like then did he start saying nice stuff to me. But like I said, actions speak louder than words. If he can't even get on a camera with me in 5 years to show me his face, what does that say about him? And words say everything when he's like, oh yeah, well, I don't want to speak English in front of people. I mean, how lame's that? In other words, I don't ever want to talk to you on camera in front of people. Like, you can't have a relationship like that. It's just, and he's an English teacher. It's a joke. How can he say he doesn't want to speak English in front of people? Well, he's an English teacher who loves the English language, and that's partly why he wants to get over here. As well, he doesn't want to be in his country anymore. So, you know, it's like, is he another one of those guys that's just using me to get over here? I think, now I know he's applied himself to get over uni because I saw some of, like last year, because I saw some of the stuff he sent for his application. But, you know, he said he can't get in here. Anyway, he's been trying all over the UK, so anyway, it's not my problem anymore. We can go and chat another woman up, which no doubt it will do. Yeah, it's really immature, Heather. You know, this guy I met, when did I meet him? When he's 23, I think. So he's 5 years old, so he should be 20. I think I met him when he's 23. Or did I meet him when he's 21? I've known him 5 years anyway, so he must be at least like 26 plus. By that time, you know, guys should be a bit more mature than that, but obviously he's not, you know, and it's just like really rude. It's really horrible when people try, and he tries to turn the table on me, like I'm the one at fault for not understanding him and not being respectful and, you know, and putting up with his rubbish, basically. It's just a joke. Absolute joke. I've known him for 5 years. I've known how much English he speaks. You know, I just know he teaches English. That's what he's done for years of his life. You know, so that, and I know he's it just really pees me off. I mean, how stupid does he think I am? It's just like, it's basically, why doesn't he just say, I don't want to speak to you, I lied to you, I'm not your soulmate, I'm telling you a pack of rubbish? Why can't he just be honest and say that? You know, rather than just turning it on me. Why can't he just say, well, I shouldn't have called you princess, I shouldn't have told you I want us to be together, I shouldn't have told you you're my soulmate, you know, because I'm not telling you the truth, I'm just telling you rubbish, you know. So anyway, that's that, isn't it? Done, dusted. He's definitely not suitable for me. I can't be with a guy like that. Just imagine if he was over here and behaving like that towards me. It'd be horrible. Very, very horrible. Dodged a bullet there. I still don't know if I should stay friends with him or not, because I thought he cared about me on some level, but do you know what I mean? It's like, is it even worth it anymore staying friends with a guy like that? I might have a think. But yeah, definitely not relationship guy. Definitely not. But he's in asexual groups, which is what really annoyed me years ago, because he's not asexual. And he plonked himself in asexual groups. Like ones for dating and stuff, you know? So it's like, and ones without dating as well. But it's like, I was peed off years ago when he did that, because I thought that's really unfair, because he's not even asexual. He does support my asexuality though, but he's not asexual. He told me a long time ago that he likes sex, you know? And it's like, well, why are you even interested in me anyway then? Because he knows I can't do that and have it, and he knows I don't want marriage, and he wants marriage anyway. So I don't know what he's playing at. Because last time we had a conversation about it via messaging, we decided we wouldn't, even if he came over to the UK, we wouldn't be suitable because he wants marriage and I don't. And he's got to have it and I don't want it. And there was some other stuff as well. So that's how it was left last year. Then all of a sudden he came up with all that lot last night. Oh, I want us to be together. Oh, I think that'll be me, that's your soulmate. It's just rubbish. I can't even bond with him. Like, I mean, we have some sort of bond, like, because I have some romantic feelings for him, but it's not like a deep emotional bond soulmate, you know, that I have with my best asexual guy friends. So yeah, when you are dating or looking for a relationship, do pay attention to both the actions, do they match the words, and then actually read and listen to the words. And if they're not very good or they're trying to turn the table on you, then that's a huge red flag and it's out the door. You know, these people, I don't know why they like manipulating people. It's really horrible. You know, I guess it's to make themselves have power and feel better about themselves and to make it seem like we're the ones losing out. I guess that's just the way it is in life. You know, I guess, you know, that's what they're like. It's quite horrible, really. Anyway, yeah, it's not good. I don't even know if I should be friends with a person like that because, I mean, where's it going to get me? Not very far, is it? Really? I guess the only reason I'm staying friends with him maybe is because I do have a little bit of feelings for him and I've known him for 5 years and it's like quite a, you know, like when he's being a friend, like I thought like we were just friends, you know, like it been decided we were better as friends and that's the way we were staying. But clearly he decided to use all that yesterday, so, you know, it complicates things, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because he's not a good friend. I'll never even see him on camera just to speak to him as a friend. Do you know what I mean? If he's behaving like that, it's not the way that people should behave. It really isn't. If someone's your friend, they'd want to talk to you. Do you know what I mean? And even video chat with you. It's natural, especially if you're a close friend. Do you know what I mean? So, anyway, I just did this video to give you some insights because I don't want you to end up in the same position that I get in sometimes. You know, I like to do these videos because I like you to learn through my mistakes or through my life, you know. I mean, it was him that instigated the messages yesterday. Like I said, I hadn't heard from him for like about 19 days. So, you know, out of the blue, he starts all this conversation up, which kind of turns things around to how he's behaved before outrightly saying how he feels. I just think it's rubbish anyway. So, yeah, anyway. I hope this video has been useful, helpful, insightful in some way. I hope sharing my, you know, these type of things with you helps because I just want you to see some of the manipulation tactics these people use that can be really subtle as well. You know, like he's playing on the words like I'm not understanding him. And it's kind of like the wounded boy syndrome. You know, I've had this before with guys, you know, they're not very nice to me. And then all of a sudden they'll turn it around on me as in, oh, they're the wounded ones. They're the ones that I don't understand them. Poor them, poor them. Oh dear, why am I being like that towards them? Oh, do you know what I mean? It's like the wounded boy scenario where they flip it over on you and it's just not nice. It's really a kind of a manipulation and controlling tactic. And it's sad in this day and age that there's people who are doing this. It's sad that he's even calling himself a friend and doing things like that, you know? I just think it's horrible. I really think it's horrible. You know, it's just sad, isn't it? It's really sad in life there's people like that. But there's a lot of good people in the world as well. And it does make the good guys shine out a mile, though, you know? You know, it makes my asexual guy friends in particular shine out a mile, like a beacon of being really good. You know, I have a guy friend who watches this channel, for example. His name's Andy. And, you know, he's such a nice guy. Really genuine, good guy and person. Really kind and caring. I'm spending International Celebrate Being Single Day with him, which is the same day as February the 14th, Valentine's Day. And we're celebrating being single and going out together and having good friendship day, which will be great. But you know, he shines out for me as being a really good, decent guy amongst a sea of not great guys. And obviously my other asexual friends as well, that I'm close to, they're really decent guys as well, like my BFF Sam as well. He's really stands out a mile as being a good guy as well, you know. So I just think that once you've got really good people in your life, it so much helps you to avoid the bad people, you know. Because I'm still learning, you know. I share my own asexual life journey, as you know. I still don't know everything. I don't know all the answers. Relationships and dating is very difficult, very hard. Sometimes I think it's very difficult for you to know who to believe, especially online. That's why I really need someone over in the UK. You know, I can't do long distance relationships because I need them to be in the UK, because and actually seeing them and spending time with them, because only then can you know that they're genuine when you're spending a lot of time with them over a period of months and years. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's all very well to sit behind a computer screen and talk the talk, but if you're not walking the walk, do you know what I mean? It's pointless. And lots of people can get into situations, if you're not careful, where you become emotionally attached to them. And I don't want to be emotionally attached to a guy abroad again. You know, I don't want that. It's just, you know, I'm better than I used to be on that, but I can still have improvements. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't see the point. If they're never going to come over here, it's just a waste of time. It's hard though, because, you know, if you want asexual friends and you know, online as well, it can be quite difficult, because I still like, you know, it's still nice to be bonded a bit with people abroad, but you know, you don't want to get too much, because you know, at the end of the day, those people are not necessarily the same type of asexual as me. So they could be like, you know, if they're an aromantic asexual, right, and then they don't feel any romance, and I'm a romantic asexual, if I talk to a person over a long period of time and really bond with them, I can develop strong romantic feelings, whereas an aromantic asexual, they would just develop a deeper friendship. Do you see what I mean? So I would be the one to get hurt in that scenario, because I'd be there thinking of them as a potential romantic partner, whereas they'd just be thinking of, God, I'm really getting a really good friendship out of this and loving it. And, you know, it's different. This is how it's different thinking between aromantic and romantic, you know. It can be really hard sometimes, because the thinking and the intention and the feelings can be different. And it's no one's fault. It's not like one person's like better than the other, or one person's wrong, the other person's right, or do you know what I mean? It's just the way it is. It's the brain and the approach to situations that's different a lot of the time between aromantic asexuals and romantic asexuals, and it can be hard, you know, because if I start talking to a guy online consistently over a long period of time regularly, then I would almost definitely have romantic feelings for him, and they would probably get stronger and stronger. And, you know, I'd just be thinking in the back of my mind, like, is he ever going to change his mind, you know? Whereas an aromantic asexual, they'd just be thinking, God, our friendship's getting deeper, I'm really enjoying this bond, and they don't need to see that person in person, you know what I mean? Sometimes they just don't mind the over the internet chat, because they don't need to be touching the person romantically or making romantic gestures. They can just love the power of the presence of the person on the camera or at the end of the message. Do you see what I'm saying? It's different. It is different. And so this is how, and this can apply obviously to people on the aromantic spectrum, like a grey romantic as well, you know? Those who experience romantic attraction but only under rare or specific circumstances and not enough to want to act on it. So, do you know what I mean? Whereas a romantic person, especially like myself, would eventually want that person to take action on it, because I'd be thinking about romance, but they would be thinking about platonic. You know, it's two different types of attraction and two different types of feelings and emotions. And that's when it gets tricky. And I don't want to be in that position, you know. That's why I try not to get too close to foreign guys abroad anymore. I mean, I have got an Indian guy friend who, me and him has always got a bond. He's always been after me as well, which is the one I talked to you about on here, saying that he spent an hour talking to me with his friends right next to him, and he introduced me to all his friends, and he asked to see my parents, you know, but he's never going to come over here. but I have got a bit of a bond with him as well, because I've known him online for years. And he's like, oh, you know, I've always been after you. But it's like all very well saying I've always been after you, but, you know, he's not going to come over here. So he's not really after me, is he? He's just theoretically after me in a text message. Do you know what I mean? Probably for ego a bit. But, yeah, I just think relationships and dating is very hard. I mean, it's hard for people who are not asexual. I just think it's 10 times harder if you're asexual. You know, because you've got all the different sort of emotions going on, all different feelings, and you've got kind of like different subsets of orientation, you know, different levels, different varieties of orientation within the orientation, you know, like you know, like you've got different ones under the umbrella, like aromantic, grey romantic, demi-romantic, you know, and you know, and then you've got obviously heteromantic, and you know, the homoromantic, the panromantic, the biromantic, you know, and then you've got the demisexuals and grey asexuals, and you know, it's just like, and there's things like phrasexual, lithoromantic, and you know, and semi-sexual, and oh, it just goes on and on and on. And it's like, you can imagine how confusing it can get when two people have got, you know, different feelings for each other on different ends of the asexual spectrum. It's just like the intention can be different, and how you feel about each other can be different, and your actions and can be different as well. And I just think that's hard. I do think that's a hard thing. It doesn't mean flirting with people is hard, and flirting is turn off for me. I want detached with flirting. Yeah, flirting's weird. Yeah. One of when I was in my old job, one of the girls said I'm flirting. She goes, oh, you flirt with the guys that come here, Sandra. Only the foreign guys, I think she was talking about. I'm not interested in British guys, am I? But, not in that way, only as friends. But, I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. I guess I can be a bit flirty sometimes, probably, to be honest. But, you know, I know when I first got with my ex, me and him were flirting with each other as friends because we fancied each other. But, you know, I don't know. I don't mind a guy flirting with me, but then I think if he's flirting with me, he's probably flirting with all the other women as well. Do you know what I mean? So that kind of just puts me off the flirting stuff. I'd rather him just be romantic with me than flirting, really. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah. I just think if they're doing it to one person, probably do it to another. It's like that guy yesterday who I've known for 5 years. He's probably just chatting. I know he's got a lot of women friends, and I do know he's been honest before about other women he's considered being with and going to other countries. I do know he's been honest about that, but then we've been friends for a long time, so I know what he's up to like that, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I just think it's sad when people behave badly and then try and blame you. But yeah, just watch out for people online that, especially that are, you know, all actions are not matching their words, or their words just get worse. I mean, he's gone from saying, I don't want to be in a cafe because people are here, to like, I don't want to speak English in front of people when he's an English teacher. And that's how you know he's, yeah, not good in that way. So, yeah, it just, the mind boggles, doesn't it? But, you know, all I want you to do is just take from this a bit of advice and everything. And there was a dating coach video I saw today, and I already need some of this stuff, and it was about how to spot a scammer online. And just in case you don't know, just to give you a couple of tips about what to look for a scammer. Particularly, they will be someone who's in the army, widowed or divorced, and especially if they're on Twitter, they'll say, I'm a God-fearing man. That'll be in their bio, right? And a lot of the profile photographs are fake from army guys, you know. They'll say, I'm army, I'm widow, you know, I'm widowed, I'm divorced. Usually it's, I'm in the army, I'm a widow. You know, I'm a loving, caring man. I'm a loving, caring, God-fearing man. And they're just literally scam artists. A lot of them have got fake profile pictures. But you get these on Facebook as well. And that's what they're like. So look out for people like that, and they're a scammer. If anyone asks you for money online, don't give it to them. No. Way Jose, nothing. Diddly squat. Doesn't matter how much they say they love you and care about you. I never give people money. I have to tell you, I've never, ever been scammed like that online. Because I don't give money to people. I don't, you know. I might have been foolish in terms of romantic feelings with guys, but I never give a guy money. Ever. It doesn't matter how much I've ever felt with him. That's never, ever crossed my mind to give a guy money. He can say what he likes and he'll be out. You know, there was one guy in my asexualized dating site. In my asexualized dating group, and this is a long time ago now. This woman gave me a message about him saying she doesn't think he's asexual because he's on about blowjobs and stuff. And I said, but I knew him before he came in the group, and I do know that he likes some touching. But I said it's difficult because some asexuals do like some touching and to do some sexual acts, so it's kind of a hard one. But if I get any more complaints, I'll kick him out, basically, because obviously, you know, I'm not gonna have someone in there if they're not asexual. And I think I messaged him and spoke to him about it. But he was on about, oh yeah, but I still don't like the intercourse. So I think that's what I did, because I didn't just leave it. But then, like, months later, he started messaging me randomly for money. And then he said something really nasty about my writing in a text, so you can't spell. I thought he was meant to be a writer, ha ha. And I just blocked him, removed him from the group and blocked him. He was saying that to try and put me down, manipulate me into giving me money. He goes, oh, I want some money. Send me some money. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, scam artist. You know, and also you get them sometimes on asexual dating sites. Well, obviously every dating site, not just asexual ones, where they try and take you off there. So they try and take you off the site so that you'll start emailing them on their private email. And they do that pretty much straight away. It's not like you've been messaging for a while and then do you want to move over to email. It's like, oh, let's move over to email straight away. And that's a really dodgy thing as well. You know what I mean? They don't need to move over to email straight away. Dodgy. You know, so don't give in. It doesn't matter how much they say they love you. Just don't give in to money. I mean, this dating coach, Matt Boggs is his name, if you ever look him up. He was saying, you know, about these things, about them asking for money and stuff. And he said what they'll do is they'll make out usually they're rich and they're earning six figures and that they're earning so much money. And then one day they're just short of money. And it's like, oh, can you just give me some money, you know, until I get this money come through? Give me a loan or just help me out now. Because they've made out they got loads of money and they'll pay them back. They never had all that money in the first place. It's just a scam. So don't give people money online. I never give people money online. Ever. I've never done it. I don't even give people money in person. You know, I don't do that usually. I mean, even with homeless people, I don't very often give them money. I occasionally give them food. Because I just think they spend it on drugs, sadly, a lot of them in the UK, you know. So sometimes I give them some food. But, you know, it's obviously I give to charity and stuff like that. But even some of the charities, you got to be careful. Make sure they got an official badge and stuff. But this is in the city centre, you know. But, yeah, just watch out there, you know, because some people are scam. I mean, I have known this guy online for 5 years, but I've never seen his face. I mean, that is really weird, isn't it? Why would he not want me to see his face after 5 years? And why would he not go out of his way to do that? Because he's just embarrassed and doesn't really want to talk to me. So I'm not his soulmate and he's not mine, is he? He's just lying. Liar. Sadly. Oh well. I have to move on. At least he's like done me a favour. Because I know he's just lying and not telling the truth anymore. For definite. So yes, there's a little bit of romantic feeling still for him in me. You know, it's annoying when I get that. It's just annoying. It's like, why don't you go away, romantic feelings? It's not appropriate. He's not good for you. He's a bad guy for you. I'm not saying he's a bad guy completely because I know he has got some good qualities, but he's a bad guy in this way. Don't have feelings, you know. I wish I could just like, you know, like you have a magic wand. I wish I could just get a magic wand and extract my romantic feelings for him because he's the wrong guy. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't it be nice if you could be a wizard and just extract these feelings? Because they're useless, you know. Then they're useless in terms of they're no good on it and they're wasted. They're absolutely wasted. It's pointless having them. But I've always had them about him just a little bit, you know. It's not like a full-blown, like, I think you're my soulmate. I've crossed my mind he possibly is a long time ago. But I know that I'm meant to be with an Indian guy. When I think about being with him, if I was in a relationship with him, just theoretically, I thought about it. I thought, no, because I'll always be thinking, where's my Indian guy? I'm not meant to be with this Algerian guy. I'm meant to be with an Indian guy. Do you know what I mean? Think he troll with ugly warts. Laugh out loud. Oh, bless you. Oh, I've seen a picture and he looks quite cute actually, but it is one of those like, done with done with enhancements, shall we say? So yeah, and he has got facial hair. I don't usually like guys with facial hair, but he's foreign. Some foreign guys can get away with it with me. But yeah, I just let him go and chat up all the other women. He usually likes older women to chat up actually, so he can go and chat some other older women up, can't he? Because I'm really too young for him anyway. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like too young and bubbly and vibrant for him. Oh, dearie me. I need a nice young guy for me that's actually young but mature with it. I thought he got an old soul. That's why I was attracted to him as well, because he does have this really old soul from the way he speaks sometimes. But, he does show two different sides to him. And when someone shows two completely different sides to them, it's like, which one is a genuine one? He shows the teacher side to me, the one that speaks to me like, I don't know, like an adult teacher language, and then all of a sudden he's got this like, hi San, how you doing, princess? Do you know what I mean? It's like two completely different characters, and I guess that is a red flag as well that I should pay more attention to. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that you found this video useful, helpful, insightful. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any value, any insight into the into the world of asexuality and dating and relationships, and obviously even a so-called friend online could do some of these scammy things or not very nice things, say these things to you. So if you've got any value out of this, any useful, helpful, insightful tips, or you resonate with anything, please give this video a thumbs up, because it does get this video more noticed in the search engine rankings. It does mean it gets asexuality better known, it spreads the word globally more, and it just gets more eyeballs on this channel and more people recognizing asexuality. It helps people in their when they're dating and relationships to not feel so alone, because I think it's good if I share the things that are a bit of a weakness with me. I don't deny that it's a bit of a weakness, romance, for me, but I have improved loads. If you look back at the other videos, especially probably like a year ago and stuff, and you'll see my hyper-romanticism has decreased somewhat to what it used to be. Now, this is interesting as well, because this guy from Algeria, the one I've known 5 years, that I'm his soulmate, but next minute doesn't want to see me on camera or speak English in front of people to me, he is the one who told me that I was a hyper-romantic. That's where that word comes from, is him. He, as my friend, he told me, and he used to like kind of put me down about it, going, oh, you're just a hyper-romantic, you are. And like, I don't really want a guy who puts me down about it. You know what I mean? But I thought it was his own insecurities and fears, because he was like, oh, I used to be romantic, but I'm not like that anymore because it doesn't do me any good or something. Do you know what I mean? So I thought maybe he's got some past hang-ups with previous relationships or something. But I think that's just me being nice to him. I think he's just putting me down because it's not nice, and why should I be with someone who put me down anyway? It's horrible. I don't want to be with a guy like that. But you know what I mean? I've improved on my hyperromanticism, because like this year I'm focused on finances, business, career stuff. So I'm not so focused on relationship. And now I've got good asexual guy friends. I don't have that need for romance as much as I did. It's not so prominent in my life. My romance feelings can be dulled down more than they used to be, which is helpful to me, because I don't like being hyper romantic all the time. It just does my head in. You can end up having feelings for 3 different guys at once, and you can just end up having your heartstrings pulled at 24/7 nearly, without meaning them to be. It just happens on automatic pilot. I don't really want to live like that. I'd rather be in charge of my emotions and my romantic feelings a bit more, to be honest. So, I mean, it's a work in progress, I just want you to know, if you're watching this video now, don't get disheartened. Everyone's got weaknesses, everyone's got strengths. It's good to know your weaknesses so you can work on them, improve them, and just like take charge of them and manage them as well sometimes, even if you can't like delete them or get rid of them. If they're an inherent part of you, you have to accept them and work with them and manage them to the best of your ability. But I've gotten much better with that. I can feel inside that I'm not as intensely hyper romantic as I used to be. I'm not going to say that no one's going to make me like that, because it can happen still, but it's better than it was. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. I think it's going to be a brilliant video for anyone who hasn't watched the rest of it to follow. So go and check it out now. Don't forget, if the person you're speaking to actions don't match their words, that's a huge red flag. They're not being genuine. But if their words get worse and they turn the tables on you and try and make you feel bad for not understanding them and all the rest of it, then they are no good for you. You deserve better, and I love you and love yourself enough to let them go. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already subscribed. Hit that great big bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live. Right now I'll post a new video, and I will see you on the next live stream. You know where it's at. Asexualize this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Night, Heather. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to whoever else is tuned in. Love you lots, and love you to bits. Thanks for the thumbs up. It's great. Thank you. Take care. Bye.